Hello, my loves. Welcome to the bonus episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Hi, gorgeous girl. I wanted to hone in on relationships, friendships, a couple topics that I was really interested in. I asked you guys on the Give Them Lala podcast page, which is Give Them Lala Pod on IG. For those of you who don't follow, go ahead and click that follow button because I love audience participation. My first question, on the heels of Dorit Kemsley filing for divorce one day after PK was seen kissing what was she on? The Amazing Race, I think it was what it was. They were seen kissing. The next day, Dorit files for divorce. We spoke about this on the normal episode last week, but I wanted to know, during a separation, can you still see other people? I have a pretty strong opinion about this, okay? Because when you take two people who are in a relationship and you've been intimate, I'm a firm believer of relationships are already very, very complicated. When you add intimacy into it, there's a level of annoyance that comes with it. Like, I think about things that happen throughout the day. Lily, who can't walk and she cries all the livelong day, sometimes poops herself. And I'm like, if I were dealing with this, not with my mom, but dealing with it with a partner where I've got two kids who are making a mess, Sosa, is still a baby, Lily shits herself. If you added a partner who I'm intimate with, it could add a tremendous level of stress, right?
But it shouldn't.
It just does.
Your right partner.
That's very true. And that's why over 50% of marriages don't work out, because a lot of things come into the mix and people don't evolve together. Chances are when two people decide, let's hit pause, one person is probably picturing this pause differently than the other person. I think it has to be something that you lay out very, very clearly. During this separation, my intent is to gather clarity. In this moment, I want to take time to myself. I want to feel what it's like to be on my own. If at any point in time, the feeling of being alone leads to, I don't want to be alone, but I don't want to be with you, I will convey that to you and let you know I would like to see other people. Now, you have to wait for the response. What if the other person is like, well, I don't want to see other people, or I'm dead set on during the separation, testing the waters. At that point in time, I think you now know you have no choice. But then there's the flip side. What if you go out and you test the waters and you're like, I actually don't want to be with anybody but you?
I mean, I don't know what people are saying, but the only thing I could say is conversation. And then from that, it's going to be a personal, however they take it.
The conversation, it's like communication. The key to success in any relationship, yet it is the most complex, most difficult thing to have in all relationships. And actually, the comment section of this question was kind of on our same page, like communication. But when you get to that point, it actually becomes very difficult because you don't know what you want. That's why you're going the separation route rather than straight to divorce. So Mace_Hunter6118 says, I think it depends. Is the marriage 110% over, or is one person still hoping to reconcile? I believe that Dorit, she had said, I'm still very much in love with him. That's where it gets very, very difficult. I think if you have someone and you're in the public eye and you have one person saying, I'm still in love with you, I'm not seeing anybody, but I'm open to it, the other person should at least have enough respect for you, especially as the mother or father of your children, to not go out and display affection for someone else until a divorce has happened.
Yeah, it's communication, and all I'm thinking about right now in all of this is the movie Hall Pass.
Oh, God. That ended bad for everyone, by the way.
Nuh-uh.
Who did it not end badly
Hall
for?
Pass, they get together. Yeah, it ends well for everyone.
Oh. It felt like a lot of drama.
But I mean,
you don't see the extent. Then you got to worry about the aftermath. You make up, but then it's in your mind like, oh, he touched another woman.
But that's where it's going to be up to the person who is doing it. Because say you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
You want to make it work. He wants to test the waters. You aren't going to be okay with that.
No.
But there is going to be somebody that is like, okay, go and do it. Maybe you'll do it too. Him going out and testing it and maybe coming back and then treating you like you should have been treated the whole time. Like, oh my God, I didn't know what I had.
I would have thought, why couldn't you do this before you went fuck someone
and that's
else?
the other
and that's
thing.
why I know any cheating involved, we're
a
done.
cheater,
I can never get over it.
Agreed.
_cutie_Nava says no, finish the drama and then move on. Fully agree. MommyNet76. If you agree to, but I don't think you should if you want to get back together. See? So simple, yet it's so difficult.
Right? Well, it's so difficult because it's emotions and...
Right. When it's a hypothetical, you're able to be logical.
Yeah.
I know. Candace Phoenix. Yes, if you want separation to lead to divorce. Laughing, crying face. Absolutely.
On point she was.
Yeah.
Kissed a girl, divorced next day.
That is so sad. My next question was, when a breakup happens, must you pick a side? These were interesting. Heidi, with 3 eyes at the end, _Ann. It depends on how bad it is and what the relationships were like before. Rachel _Huser. It depends on why the breakup happened. If there is cheating, 1000%. Melanie 021. Oof. Feel like it depends on the situation. Mutual breakup, fine. Cheating, DV, then I'd choose. Blair Siegel, I'd say yes. 90% of the time you need to pick a side. Again, it's so interesting when we're talking about a hypothetical and your emotions are not involved. Intimacy was never there. You have you don't have memories in history. It's easy to say what you should or shouldn't be doing.
Hindsight's 2020.
I think you evaluate your relationship with each person, and you need to know if you're choosing to not pick a side, who is more important to you?
Well, also,
who do you value more?
In my opinion,
yeah,
you always ride with the one who you knew before the relationship.
Right.
And that's just me. If I got my homie and then they start dating and they're dating for 2 years and I get like a relationship with her, if they break up, I'm done. I don't need you. I was talking to you because my homie was dating you.
Totally.
Don't care. But I've also had friends that
are
in the same friend group that date and then break up, and now it's like pick sides. And they even came to me and I was like, I will not pick a side because I didn't get a choice in you guys dating, did I? Right. So you don't get a choice on me picking a side.
What if you're friends with the person who cheated? And you liked the girl?
Then I'm going to sit down with my homie and just say, just to let you know, I will be in contact with her. She's an amazing girl and you really fucked up.
She's also super hot, so I also may smash.
No, I would never do that. That's homie rule.
Yeah, until you drink and then, homie rules go out the window.
Not for me.
Not for you. Sober paradise. It would be difficult with the whole Mo, Kyle, PK, Dorit because they were friends.
Well, now
as
you're
couples.
filming a show. That's even...
No. Nope. I will forever stand by the fact that Bravo has done such an incredible job of putting women together where there's history, true friendships start, and maybe the baseline for some of them was like, oh, we filmed a show together. But off camera, Alex Baskin said it perfectly. He did a podcast and he was like, the moment cameras go down, and he was specifically talking about Vanderpump Rules, but let's remember he does OC, he does BH.
It goes for all the reality shows.
The moment you put cameras down, you get a pit in your stomach because you're missing story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw him say that. He goes, it's hard to put the cameras down because when you do, there's a multitude of stories still happening that we're missing.
Exactly. Spring is in full bloom on DraftKings Casino. New offers and promos are sprouting up daily. And right now, new players can play $5 on anything and get 350 casino spins instantly on a featured slot game. Download the app and sign up with code GiveThemLala. Take the featured slot for a spin and explore thousands of others in the DraftKings game library. Check back daily to claim the hottest offers and promos on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends June 15th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Are you ready to rock big savings? Racketin's Big Give Week is a festival of savings with 15% cash back at hundreds of stores. We're talking 15% cash back at Kylie Cosmetics and Skin and Baby, Adidas and Ulta, and more. Shoppers in the know get the best savings when they use Racketin. They shop the brands they love and earn cash back on top of the deals. Big Give Week is only once a year, and the cash back rates are through the roof. I'll be shopping for Ocean and Sosa because I love the Kylie Cosmetics baby line, and of course, I'll be getting some stuff for myself too, while getting 15% cash back on all of it. Mama can always use a new pair of shoes or two. I get my cash back sent directly to my PayPal, and it feels so good whenever I see it hit my account. You know my mom Lisa is not so tech savvy, so Racketin mails her cash back via check. So join for free today and get a $20 welcome bonus. You need to hurry though because Big Give Week ends May 12th, and there will not be an encore. So go to Racketin.com or download the Racketin app. That's RAKUTEN, Racketin.com. This next one, so I jacked this from Watch What Happens Live. Don't laugh. But Andy asked, he did an audience poll and he said, who would you rather have as your ex? Jax Taylor or Jesse Lally?
That is the
I'm gonna
easiest.
save my I want you to save your opinion.
I'll save. Mine's easy as hell.
Okay. Oh, I want to know so bad. Save it. Okay. Oh my God. This is so good. Heidi _Ann. Oh, Jesus. Neither. Upside down smiley face. Happy life for you too. Love that Instagram name. Deaf Jesse, even though he seems way difficult. Sheila _C Hodges. Jesse. There were more people that said Jesse than Jax. Yeah. Shocker.
It really is a shocker, and I'll tell you why.
No, don't spill what you think. Melanie 021, OMG, I'd rather eat shit than choose. Wow. If you're willing to eat shit where you could like potentially get E. coli and die.
Like I'd rather poop and shove it back in me than date anyone. Deal with the whatever comes with that.
Yeah, exactly. Blake Marie Benson, Jesse, Amber Lee 2521. Oh Lord, Jesse all day. And then this person, Justine _Ann Jax. Easton, who would you like as your ex?
I mean, honestly,
from a man's perspective,
it's easy for me.
Okay.
And I don't know Jesse well enough, and maybe I've missed out on a lot of things that Jax has done, but in my opinion, Jax. Okay. Because his like the things that he's fucked up on, I don't think were on purpose or intentional.
Okay,
they
weren't a very different perspective than I do.
Yeah,
beyond.
Like I think he's dealing with what he's dealing with. He's finding that help he needs, and he will be I think Jax was an amazing person before. Just hearing about him before the addiction, I was a part of the thing.
The amount of trolling that's going to happen to you.
Fine.
Let's make this very clear though, because I'm protective of you. Easton has always been on the fringe. Easton does not get his hands dirty. He doesn't like being boots on the ground. He stays out of people's business. Yet here he is on the podcast where I force him to be in everyone's business.
I'll put it this way. Jax's fuck ups don't seem intentional. For Jesse,
Okay. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
he may have been on drugs. He may have been on something and dealing with the demons that he was dealing with and doing things based off of being out of his mind.
Okay.
And doing things. Yes, they could have looked intentional and maybe they were. But for me, him going and doing what he's doing, it doesn't look like a lot of things are intentional when Jesse literally said, my job is now to make her life hell.
Okay. Understood.
That is why I would pick
feel
Jax. I don't think Jax intentionally does things. He's out of his own mind. And maybe when these things are coming, he could have been on something here and there. And so I'm looking from an addict standpoint in myself of I've done a lot of things that weren't intentional that I'm very upset about. And I know he'll hit those.
Soft side of this.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't watch the shows and all of that. I just watch the Jesse thing.
I know you don't.
For when I heard him say, my job is to make her life hell.
Okay.
That is the one thing that said 100%
But by the
Jax.
way, you and I are choosing the same person as our ex. I too would choose Jax.
Okay, why
My
for you?
reasoning is different. I still stand by the fact that both Jax has been diagnosed as a narcissist. I believe that Jesse is 100% a narcissist. No one is ever going to tell me to stop screaming the word narcissist from the rooftops because I just think that it's something that people don't see the signs for. And instead of telling me that I shouldn't talk about it or call people that, you should be saying thank you, because once you have a child with a narcissist, your life becomes hell. That being said, I would pick Jax over Jesse. Because Jax, and I get what you're saying, it's not intentional. However, it's not intentional
but he's done it so much.
Because he's a narcissist, which means he can't help himself, but then to maneuver in a way that is just so destructive. And he sabotages, this is why I would pick him. The way that he goes about things, he's very manipulative, but and I don't want to say he's not smart enough. But I'm going to say he's not smart enough to be calculated. He's too transparent in his calculations.
Which is great.
And we're watching it on the show. Although he is a nightmare and he's stalking her and doing those things. He's stalking you and you have ring camera footage. You can call the cops and immediately have something done. He's acting a certain way and you have ring footage to show that there was a point in time that he made the household unsafe while your son was there. He would be very, very easy to go up against in court for custody, and including
very
divorce.
Different angles.
Okay, no, I've thought so long and hard about this, you guys. He also is not smart enough. I hate saying that; it sounds so rude. But I'm just saying it. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't think he's not. It's not he's not smart enough. He doesn't care enough.
Or that, or maybe his addiction has been in play.
And that's where I'm
it
very
could be
soft
all of these
on
things.
this.
Again,
he's
I'm
dug
not
a
a
hole
doctor.
that he has to dig again and again. And that's
you cannot
where
cure narcissism. That's first and foremost. Addiction or not, you're an addict has nothing to do with your narcissism. Okay, that is still alive and well in a narcissist. It takes immense help and everyday someone boots on the ground with you, talking you through situations on how a normal person would process something like this. Jesse, I would never want him as my ex because he is so calculated. He will make your life hell. He will make sure, because he goes through his calculations, right? And nothing he does he will never be caught dead on camera. He will never be caught dead doing something while the child is in his care. So if she ever went to a judge, that judge would immediately say,
his name looks very clean.
Squeaky clean. He's making your life miserable, but he's really good to the daughter.
So we don't care.
Exactly. I would choose Jax any fucking day because he would make the job so easy. Jesse sounds like a nightmare of an ex.
Just for him to just say that, and I know it's TV and he's maybe reaching for like a thing, but...
And you want to know what a judge would say if Michelle wanted to walk in and say, look, he's purposely trying to make my life miserable. You want to know what they would say?
That's reality TV.
No.
Oh,
You chose to have a child with him.
Well, not this guy. He
No,
turned
they
into
do
somebody
not.
else.
The way
trust
that
me, I
the court
know.
system works, I sit here and I want to scream at the top of my lungs. And this is why I will never stop talking about narcissism, because it's like once you have a child with them, you are so fucking fucked. I'm sorry, I needed a double F there.
If you guys are pregnant and needing to have a baby, go to Utah.
Why?
Women have all the rights there over the child.
Well, actually, Utah's been in a lot of hot water for a lot
Have
of the
they?
things that they've. Yeah, no court system has it down to a T. And no court system, no matter where you are, is practicing what is best for the child. They believe that a father present in the child's life,
two parents in the
period,
life is
better than a
one.
dysfunctional one out of the picture.
That is
So it's tough, and that's I'm sticking to it. We went into who would you rather have as your ex, but I more deep dived into who would I rather have as
go into court with
my
yeah, we know.
exactly. Who would I rather not have as my baby daddy?
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I hope that didn't get too dark.
Give Them Lala is sponsored by BetterHelp. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say they've avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. When people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them. It impacts families, workplaces, and entire communities. This Mental Health Awareness Month, let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy. Therapy is a great way to take care of your mental health. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and it is for everyone. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma or loss. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapists from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. And with BetterHelp, you can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/GTL to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GTL. Give Them Lala is sponsored by Chime. We are all trying to make and save a buck these days. And saving is the hardest part given how expensive everything has become. Have you seen the prices of eggs? And then there's figuring out how to build your credit without racking up the credit card debt that usually comes with it. Well, there is a better way. You can build credit with money you set aside and avoid interest and expensive debt with Chime's Credit Builder Card for those who qualify. It's a secured credit card with no credit check or minimum deposit required. So you can start building credit with things you buy all the time, like groceries, gas, and then make regular on-time payments, all with no annual fees, interest, or credit check for those who qualify at chime.com/lala. And you know how important having good credit is. My grandfather always used to say, your credit is your name. I mean, you've heard me talk about running background checks on any potential guys in my life. Bad credit is a big red flag for me and a definite no thank you when it comes to dating. More importantly, better credit can give you access to lower rates on loans for stuff like homes and new cars. You can use the Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card wherever Visa cards are accepted. So turn your everyday purchases and on-time payments into steps towards your financial goals with Chime's Secured Credit Builder Visa credit card. Get started today at chime.com/lala. That's chime.com/lala. Chime. Feels like progress. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Chime checking account required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal and OTC advance fees may apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details.
I want to leave it on less of a dark note and more of a petty note. So Garcelle followed the cast of Beverly Hills. I asked you guys if it was petty. Lauren and Tyrell says very petty. Meg VP _Yeg beyond. Aaron Lindsay Ellis said kind of. Happy life for you too. Love Garcelle, but yes, it is petty. Bring him back. 206. Nope. Peace of mind. PLN 1978. Yes, she is so calculated and knew what she was doing from the beginning of the reunion.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
And just say, like, You are on a show that you're no longer part of. Mm-hmm. Why follow the people that are now filming and you have to see the show that you're a part of? You're wanting to get away. She could follow them back in a year or two and just take this away of the year of like now filming's going. I don't even want to see what they're filming. I want to live away.
Right.
So that's my thing of like, it's not petty. She unfollowed things that she didn't want to see on her timeline.
I fully agree with you. Bring them back to 06, no peace of mind. I'm fully on her same page. So many people, like when I unfollowed some of my cast, people were like, it was petty. They still follow her. They're unbothered. And it's like, but I'm muted. So to me, that's not unbothered. That's just fake. Just unfollow me. If you're going to mute me, unfollow me.
And that's the thing.
Like, I think it's really actually freaking real of Garcelle to be like, I don't give a shit about what you're doing. So I'm not going to mute you. I'm going to take it a step further and kind of erase you.
Let me put it this way.
I don't want to see your content. It doesn't make me feel good. So be gone. Right.
Not only that, let me put it this way. When you are, for me, if I was at work, I worked for Standard Optical.
Yeah.
Once I quit, I unfollowed them. I don't need to know what Standard Optical is doing. I don't need to see any of it. Just like she doesn't need to see what her workplace is doing. That's the thing. People are looking at it like petty, friends, this. That's work. That still is work.
Yeah.
So for her to unfollow, she just doesn't want to work for a year. Let her go to the beautiful home she just purchased and relax for a year. And maybe we'll even see Garcelle back on TV.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe she needs a moment.
But let her fucking not looked at as petty. Well, because she doesn't want to see the shit she just left.
I totally get it. And I'm all about like, you have to do, life is so suffocating
but it is petty,
at times.
Yes.
I don't think it's petty at all. I think she looked at her life, said, this no longer makes me feel good seeing this. There's no reason for me to mute them because she's probably a weirdo like me and is like, but they're taking up space in my following and I don't want my following to look really high. I want my following to look very high. I don't want the people I'm following, that number to look really high. So just get rid of them.
Not only that, you don't care about, like when I see people and they're following like 1,000 or more, I'm like, I'm following 700. I don't even know 700 people.
Let me tell you something. Before we sign off. I'm so done with everyone being like, I love it. She's so unbothered. No, bitch, I'm bothered. I'm
so
fucking bothered.
I'm unfollowing.
And you know what? I'm real. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm unbothered just to like make myself look cool. No, I'm bothered.
No,
you bug me.
And
I'm unfollowing your ass. Call it petty. Call it bothered. Call it what it is. All the things. Don't care. Unfollowed, goodbye, living a good life now.
This could be the best thing for Garcelle, and not only for Garcelle, all of us. What if Garcelle goes and takes a year, and she comes back just the same bad bitch, but badder?
I know. Did you see the photo I posted of her? You guys know, I've already told you I'm not a huge fan, but I give credit where credit is due. That's a bad bitch.
Garcelle is very beautiful.
Banging.
I honestly loved her look for the reunion too.
She always looks great.
And I loved how she goes,
misses.
I can't even touch my phone. I was dying. I was laughing. But no, I really do love her. And no, get rid of all of your followings. Don't follow anybody. Follow your kids and people you love and go enjoy your time off, Garcelle. Jesus Christ.
My favorite, before we sign off at the reunion, when someone was like, what are you feeling with what Garcelle is saying? Or no, what are you feeling with what Sutton is saying? And she goes, I'm not really worried about Sutton right now. I'm only thinking about me. I was like,
good for her. Cause I also will say that I would have been hurt.
Yeah.
Very. You ride like that for her and then like you give her praise at it. Like you would assume like she would have at least given you something and then one more just to be seen.
She put her neck on the line every time for Sutton. What she went through at the reunion was child's play, but she did. I could tell she was deeply hurt. And
for Garcelle to
me.
go to Augusta and meet her family, that enough right there says
not only
you are an
meet
amazing
her mom, but go
person.
toes with her mother on behalf of like Sutton, and you need to tell her you're proud of it. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Again, credit where credit is due. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the bonus podcast. We're going to catch you on Wednesday for a regular episode, and again next week. Bye. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all three? I'm getting really good at that.